Welcome to Species Profile, where I give you a tiny bit of care advice and a good deal of information on a particular species of mantis. In this video we're going to explore Mantis lineola, or the African lined mantis. If you watched my last video and entered the competition and it's still August 2023, then I suggest continuing to watch this video. Good luck! Mantis lineola has several common names depending on where you go and whom you ask. Giant African mantis, and African lined mantis to name but a few. The mantis part has Carl Stahl to blame, a Swedish entomologist that specialised in Amictra, but we have our good friend Carl Burmeister to blame for the lineola part in 1838. Lineola, meaning little line in Latin, which proves all the common names are utter nonsense for this one, except for the lined mantis. I was unable to locate other references to Spodro in taxonomy terms, but many other arthropods carry this torch. And now you all know that important information, I know you're just going to call it the African one, like my wife does. This particular mantis hails from several countries in southern Africa, South Africa being one of them, where the temperature can be surprisingly mild to the point of even snowing. This means our little mantis can cope with quite a wide range of temperatures from around 18 centigrade right up to the 30s, but it appears to be at its happiest around 20 to 23 degrees. They can also tolerate average room humidity levels, but again, they appear to be top of their game at around 55 to 65%. This mantis does like a drink, and will appreciate a light daily spray on the sides of its enclosure, and will even drink from your finger if you're brave enough. Warning, when the water runs out they will nip you if you do this, so no jumping when they do. It won't hurt, but it will be a shock. As far as mantis are concerned, I would say this is one of the most food-aggressive species, and it's always happy to hunt down prey instead of waiting for prey to come to it. As for food, they will eat just about anything that is the right size for them, and in the wild they're even known to take on small lizards, frogs, snakes, and even rodents. In captivity, their menu should consist of various protein-packed goodies like locusts, cockroaches, flies, and moths. And in the very early nymph stages, they will happily wolf down a large fruit fly or two, maybe 3 or 4. Speaking of diet, they will also devour any other mantis of any species that get too close to them, so never house them together. Like all mantis, lineola go through 3 life stages: egg, nymph, and adult. During the nymph stage, they will molt from time to time out of their old exoskeleton by hanging upside down from a leaf, branch, or the mesh lid of your enclosure and level up to the next instar and becoming larger. At this time, it is wise to give them a little more humidity than they would normally have to make it easier for them to slip into something more comfortable. Once they reach their final molt, they will develop wings like panty pads. And similar to panty pads, they will expand, filling their bloods with hemolymph, or blood. Disclaimer, I know nothing about panty pads. Sexing them at this stage is extremely easy as they are sexually dimorphic, i.e. they look different from each other, but scientists had to have a word for it, didn't they? Females are more rotund than males and slightly larger. Males are slim and sleek with longer antennae and wings that pass the length of their abdomen, and they can sort of fly. Pairing these can be challenging due to the appetite of the females, but giving her something to take her mind off sex often does the trick, which reminds me I must buy some cake for the wife. Sex can take anything from 8 to 14 hours with this species, so if you plan to stick around and be a voyeur, make sure you buy in some Red Bull, or of course start them off nice and early in the morning. After they've completed sexy time, the male will withdraw and then attempt to sneakily fly away. If they are in an enclosed space, this isn't very easy, and the female could turn her appetite towards him, and you will never see him again. Good tip: only name your females if you're not going to get involved in the threesome. A few days or even a few weeks or months can go by after pairing before the female finds somewhere she likes to lay her Utica. You can speed this up by giving her different locations every couple of days until she finds the right spot. Under my shelving appears to be very appealing. The Utica can be large for this species and contain anywhere from 80 to 450 nymphs. And then we start all over again. I hope you enjoyed this video, as I will be back in another sequel for another Mantis. If you have one to suggest, then please pop it in the comments below. Thank you for watching.